the alternating lanes with construction east of St. Martin's Neck Road. That's your traffic for the Voice Radio Network.
Charlene Polk.
Good morning, Bill and Jessica.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
I'm just fine. How are you both?
Great. Thank you so much for checking in. We appreciate it. For people who don't know, you're a real 911 operator, right?
Absolutely, 100% real in the flesh.
Yeah, this is not like an actress just checking in, talking about a TV show. You're actually, in the front line. So first off, thank you for all you do.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You guys definitely don't get enough credit.
Aw, thanks.
Yeah, there's a new show coming on Oxygen. It's called 911 Crisis Center, and it's going to air on Saturdays at 9, right?
That's right.
All right, very good. It basically, I would say it's kind of like Cops, but it's in the communication center, right?
That's right.
Inside the emergency dispatch?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
Perfect.
like all real life stuff. Very, very interesting.
Right.
I love these kind of shows. Yeah, kind of give us a rundown, like some of the stuff we're going to see and, some of the things that go on inside a communication center like that.
Yeah, the viewers are going to get a chance to see hardcore, the phone calls we take from start to finish. You're going to see the calm before the storm, what we do to decompress in between each call, how we handle it after the call, what we do during the call, and how we get help to each and everybody that calls 911 and or the regular line. So you'll get a good feel as to what it means to be a real 911 dispatcher.
Wow. Is that, how long have you been a dispatcher?
16 years.
Oh, wow.
Is that something that you always wanted to do, or you thought it was neat one day and you were like, man, I want to do this, or that you just kind of like fall into it? Like, how did you become one?
I kind of fell into it, had no idea what it meant to be a dispatcher. I went to the police department with a friend to file a report. While I was there, I noticed a couple girls walking around with headsets on, and it's like, hey, I want to work here. I'm not sure what all they do, but the headset's cool. They're talking pretty cool.
Yeah.
Uniforms are cool. So I applied. I got the job. Didn't know what I was getting into. Sat with my trainer, Lori, at the time, and I said, you know what? I need this. It's for me. I got to get in there. And I've been in there ever since.
Wow.
But every day it's something new. Like, no call is ever the same.
Oh, no. You never know what you're going to get at work. It could be a dead day where everything is peaceful. Not that ever happens when you work for 17 different departments. But you never know. Every time that phone rings, it's like opening a gift. You don't know what it is. It could be good. It could be bad. It could be funny. It could be somebody just calling to simply say thank you. So, yeah, you never know what you're going to get.
You ever seen The Call with Halle Berry?
Yeah, that's so funny. Some of that, you can take a bits and pieces from that, but no, I would never leave the dispatch center to
Right.
rescue anyone like that.
Right. Well, I was going to ask you, like the scenes from inside the dispatch center. Is it anything like that at all? Like anything?
Yes, it's like that. It is 100% like that. But where you see her struggling by herself or her taking a call. And no, everybody is hands-on. If they're not tied up on their band, they're actually going to come help you. Oh, who do you need me to call? What do you need me to do? What do you need? So we kind of do a little bit more as far as teamwork than let somebody handle a bad call by themselves.
Well, I was going to say, have you ever gotten like attached to like a 911 call where you just didn't want to? Like you didn't want to lose them, you didn't want to, and you wanted to find out like the results. Like you went back to the cop or the EMS, and you're like, "What happened?" Have you ever been like attached like that, or is that not really
Absolutely.
how it goes?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be human if I didn't say you did.
Yeah.
Anytime you hear, for instance, you have a child that calls, their loved one is down, and you're trying to talk this 5 and 6 year old on what to do and how to do. They've already called 911, so they're scared. I like to know what happened at the end, and sometimes you get to find out, and others you don't, and it's just something that's part of the job that I have to live with. I don't like not knowing how the outcome goes, but hey, it is what it is.
Do you ever meet any of the families?
I actually helped solve the homicide.
Wow. Okay.
And yeah, and while I was down at court to testify, the person I didn't have to testify, I met the victim's mother, and she said, "Oh, honey, I'm not going to shake your hand. I'm going to squeeze you." And she gave me the biggest hug, and I did everything to keep from crying. It was so rewarding. That will always be my most magical, memorable moment that will be rewarding for me for the rest of my life.
Well, my
Is that
next
hug from
question,
her.
was going to be, what's like the wildest or most like memorable, crazy call you've ever gotten? And I guess you helping to solve a homicide's got to be it, huh?
Yeah, that's my most memorable for right now. But the craziest is someone who calls us on a regular basis, and she thinks that her neighbor is changing her mind every time he changes the channel on his remote from upstairs.
And she calls on a regular, so you know her name and all that.
Yeah. When she calls, it's like, okay, what is the neighbor doing today? Or he's putting things through the wall to her, and it's just like, mental illness is sad. Mental illness is very sad. Let's get that first and foremost. But you kind of get an aspect of, okay, I know she's gonna come with another story that's going to be remarkable. How do I talk her down from this?
Right.
Wow.
Because she's just having an episode, so you got to get on her level and be like, well, listen, what you need to do is go ahead and go to bed for tonight, and maybe everything will be, come back to you in the morning. You have to just be with them like that sometimes,
Well, look, I hate to cut this interview because I could talk to you for an hour.
That's sweet.
No, but you've been great. Thank you so much for checking in. Oxygen 911 Crisis Center. It premieres this weekend. It's on every Saturday, 9 p.m. Check it out. Charlene Polk. Are you like one of the main operators on the show?
I am.
All right. Well, we're going to look for you, and hopefully we'll have you back on.
All right. Thanks for having me, Bill.
Thank
and Jessica.
you.
You all have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Want $500? Wake up with